Hi, my name is Jasmine Noggles. I'm going to be talking about the project, the community corrections project that I put together. It's called Romulus Community Center. Basically, this program is going to be located on Eureka Road in Romulus, Michigan. It's going to be for residents in the area. Well, not residents, but it's going to be a residential center that houses people with felonies. Sorry. That houses people with felonies, and there's going to be a men's side, and the men's side will mainly be to help men that have that just recently left prison, and also homeless people. And then on the other side of my building is going to be a women and children's facility where there's women that can't find a good shelter because shelters are scarce in Michigan. So basically it's going to be able to help people in the community, and a lot of it is going to be helping people with felonies to find employment, housing, and just to have somewhere safe to stay. So I did have get a picture offline of the area, and this is my visual aid of where the program will be. It's kind of small, but it's a few little pictures. This one, it's going to be on Eureka Road near where the Metro Airport is. It's a gate all the way around Metro Airport, so it won't be having any issues. And then it's a large street in between the landfill and the Metro Airport. It's a few blocks away from 275 freeway, and it's about 10 blocks away from maybe Middle Belt Road, where there are residential people in the area. But as far as where the community center will be placed, there won't be any houses or residents that stay within 10 blocks of this landfill that we're going to build the project on. So the program is basically on the men's side. For the most part, they're going to be a lot of just men that have just recently, that are on probation and may need somewhere to stay, because there are stipulations to where people live when they are on probation and parole. So the project is going to be for somewhere that they can stay, where they won't be going against, or so they can be in compliance with their probation or parole officers. So that's where that's somewhere for them to live and have a healthy meal. And on the women's side, it's going to be women that have been abused or that are just homeless and need somewhere to take their kids that is safe. We're going to have security officers. The security is going to be able to make sure that the men and women and children stay on their separate sides of the building, of the facility. It's going to be a large facility. It's going to be secured by a gate, so no one can just come in and out as they please. The program will have an on-staff doctor, and their doctor's salary will be around $80,000 a year to start off. The security guards, I'm going to hire veterans, because veterans need work, and that's an issue in our country where veterans don't have employment like they should when they come home after serving our country. So we're going to have employment for veterans there, and they're going to be security guards. Their starting salary will be somewhere around $40,000 a year. It's going to be people that work in the kitchen help will be people that work in the building, that live in the building. And, janitorial, we're going to have residents to help with those areas. Teach them responsibility about living healthy and keeping a clean environments. We're going to have a playground for the children to go, somewhere for them to go. On staff, child care, we're going to provide when the mothers are out searching for work. We're going to have somewhere there that that will be working in the facility that'll help the residents to be able to find employment and find housing and different programs, sign them up for Section 8 and, those different things, help them with getting assistance from the government if they need maybe food stamps or medical insurance or cash assistance. That'll help as well. And then there'll be a psychologist on staff, which is really important because the psychologists or therapists need to help with, because a lot of times people end up in situations because of things they've been through in their past or, mental issues they may have not been diagnosed with or haven't looked into. So through the intake process, we're going to help have the therapist to sit down and spend a few moments with that person and learn their backgrounds and see where they are, because everyone is going to have to go through an intake program because we need to know what kind of help everyone needs, who can help them, how we can help them, which road are we going to take them down, because everyone's situation is different. So we will have that. So the therapist will try to figure out where they stand mentally. And then the medical doctor, if anyone needs any medical assistance, because we may have people there that have detrimental diseases that need medication and can't get medication, and different issues going on with that. So we're going to have someone there to help them. We're going to have doctors and nurses. We'll have different rooms set up for the residents and have maybe bunk beds like a lot of homeless shelters have. We're going to have 2 kitchens on both sides so that we kind of want to keep the men's side separate from the women's side just for safety issues. We'll have a security system to go along with, the security staff that we'll have with the gate, and that's for extra security. And then the security, we'll have a security room where there's someone sitting in the room watching all the cameras that surround the building, like, all the cameras up on the wall, and they'll be able to look around and see what, if everybody's where they're supposed to be. Also, we'll have things for we'll have transportation, so that there'll be, because as of now, I work for Romulus School District, so we'll have maybe the school buses to come pick up children that needs to be enrolled in school, so the kids will be able to get back and forth to school while their parents have them living there at the moment. And then we'll have transportation vans for those that need to go out to job interviews or go to take care of business or go to the store. We'll do it as group activities. They'll go out and go to the store together, and the men, of course, will be separate from the women. So we'll have like 15 passenger vans and drivers to help. Maybe security guards will be able to drive those passengers to the store, take care of their business, or go to the doctor, because we going to have people that need to go to different doctor's appointments, or so in the survey that I did, I had most of the people in the community that I know were supportive of this program. There were a few people that felt like there were security issues, or they felt that it wasn't safe for felons to be, in one place in their area. And then we kind of went back and talked to those people and explained how the security is what kind of security systems we would have, and we would try to keep everything, locked down and make sure that no one's, going into the neighborhood and vandalizing. And then the area that the facility will be placed in is so far away from any residents. So this should be a huge help to ensure that nobody is, going to cause any damage into the neighborhood. And then we'll have, of course, the security. Next thing. So, and then we'll have, as far as getting the building funded, those issues will be resolved through volunteer work, because we're going to need people to help. I mean, even as the program, even as the facility is going on, we'll need volunteers to come and help out from the neighborhood. And we have people that said that they would love to come volunteer or even donate money. And then there's plenty of programs that can donate money, like Forgotten Harvest, Red Cross, Salvation Army, when the kids need clothes or they need different things, pieces of furniture or different things like that the residents may need. So when we ask people from the neighborhood, we kind of explain that, the security officers will be definitely on alert, and it'll be a 24-hour program. So we'll have people that work the night shift and the day shift, that will ensure that the program is safe. We'll have some kind of, then the next thing that we're going to have is a program where our facility is in connection with the Michigan Department of Corrections, so that when the probation and parole officers need to, come check out where their parolees or probationers live, or to keep up with their progress, we will definitely try to figure out a program where we're in contact with the state police and MDOC to ensure that they are doing what they're supposed to be doing and being in compliance with MDOC. So the security measures should be worked out through that. Hopefully that this program will work out, because the majority, there's about 85% of the people that I talked to in the community that felt that this program should be set. The other issue that I had with the people that I took surveys with was that there's women and children on one side and men on the other side. Well, that's why I explained that they're going to be in two separate buildings. It's going to be a connection, but there's not going to be any way that they will be able to just go on over to each other's side. We're going to have cameras watching. I mean, I know nothing is 100%, but we're going to do our best to ensure that they are being separated, especially the children and women are, being safe, and the felons are on the other side. We won't be able to have sex offenders in the building because they will be too much in a close vicinity to children. And I know that people on the sex offenders list cannot be around children. So that's going to be an issue. But if it's men with non-violent felonies, they will be able to stay in the building, because we'll be able to look into their background and trust that everyone's going to be safe and that we don't have to worry about anybody going over and hurting anybody else. And then we'll always have security watching. It's not a prison. It's a community project. So it's not as if they're going to be locked up, but we will be strict, because if we don't, then there's a safety issue. So we're going to try to make sure that the security is on their job and making sure that everyone is safe. That's the main thing. But the main goal out of this entire project is to just give that extra help. There are homeless shelters and there are different programs that help people, but they don't go to the extent of, okay, we're going to help you do all of these things in one place. And that's the great thing I feel about this project, is that it's going to do so many things at one time, and that should be a help to the people in the community. So we're going to keep that separated. It's going to be, when we do the intake process, if you have any violent background, then we won't be able to accept those people, because we have to keep everyone else safe. So we have to be fair to everyone else, especially those that have children. So that'll be a stipulation. But I think that this program will work, because it's going to go the extra mile to help everyone out, and hopefully we can get sponsors like Forgotten Harvest and Red Cross and Salvation Army, Purple Heart. Hopefully the government will fund us money for the residents to be there. That's one of the things that we're going to work on, getting the state maybe funding us some money to get the project started. If everyone works together, I think that it will be a success, and that people will come out of here, because the main goal of any community corrections program is always rehabilitation without incarceration. So hopefully that'll help for people to go on ahead and be rehabilitated without having to be incarcerated, and we can help them out with that. Thank you. I'm Jasmine Noggles. That was my